Hi, my dear friends. Welcome back to another class of SQL. In this class, we are going to further see some other applications of triggers. So, go to line number 1 and activate our database, which we have been using. Use class 2. Now, some important points I've written here, like in line number 2, that is in case of triggers, delete and insert together form update. In our previous two videos, that is for triggers part 1 and triggers part 2, we respectively saw the creation and application of insert trigger as well as for delete trigger. In triggers part 1, we had created and applied the insert trigger, and in triggers part 2 we had created and applied the delete trigger. Okay, now here in this class we are going to have a glance on how to create the update trigger. Okay, previously we have seen insert trigger creation application, then we saw the delete trigger creation and application. Here we are going to see, or we are going to have some knowledge about how to create the update trigger. Now, to create the update trigger, it is not a very simple and straightforward as compared to, the insert trigger and delete trigger, where we could simply go out and create and then write some insert query and delete query for, activating the insert trigger and delete trigger. In case of an update trigger, we have to the that is update trigger means the overall event will be update, but for that to happen we need to write the delete and insert queries. Okay, so we are going to see that. So please remember that in case of triggers, in order to form the update, in case of triggers, in order to form the update, we need to use the combination of delete and insert together. Okay, in line number 3, please remember this one also, cannot create multiple triggers in a table for the same event. Suppose in a table we already have an event for insert and we have created a trigger for it. Now you cannot create another trigger on the same table for the same event. That is not possible. Okay, so we cannot create multiple triggers in a table for the same event. Let's take a glance at these three tables that we had created. But before that, like in this class, we are going to see definitely the update trigger. But in our previous two videos for trigger part 1 and trigger part 2, if you have not checked them out, then my request is kindly check them out. Then only this class will be crystal clear to you, because these are all interlinked to each other. So triggers part 1 and triggers part 2, you must definitely check out. You will be able to enjoy it, how we created and applied the insert trigger, how we created and applied the delete trigger. Okay, and the knowledge of those things will be used up here also in order to form the update trigger. Okay, so these tables, these hypothetical tables with hypothetical values we had created in our previous classes. Let's take a glance at them. Select asterisk from components. So we have the components table displayed out. If you remember, comp underscore id is for component id. Comp underscore name is for component name. Comp underscore cost is for the component cost. Under comp underscore id, we have these four products, or these four IDs: C hash hash 1, then 2, then 3, then 5. No 4. C hash hash 4, C hash hash 4 is not there, because in our previous video, that is in triggers part 2, we used the delete trigger to delete what? To delete the entire record for C hash hash 4, and C hash hash 4 was used for identifying which product? Microwave. So the microwave records were deleted out. The microwave records were deleted out from both the tables, that is components as well as components underscore available. So that's why you see under comp underscore name, you cannot find out the microwave product name. Washing machine is there, refrigerator is there, split AC is there, laptop is there. Correspondingly, their costs are also there, isn't it? But we do not have anything for microwave. Similarly, for the components underscore available table, if you see at line number 5, I have selected it. This second table is for the components underscore available table. This, as I told earlier, this is mainly used to uh, basically reflect the stock availability in the shop. Okay, how many quantities of products are available in the shop. So again here the common field is also comp underscore id component id. C hashes 1, 2, 3, 5 are there, but 4 is not there because microwave record was automatically deleted from this table also. And under comp underscore avail, that means component availability, how many components are available of a particular product. So this 20 means for C hashes 1, C hashes 1 means for washing machine, that means 20 washing machines are there in the stock. This 90 means for C hashes 2. C hashes 2 means for refrigerator. That means 90 refrigerators are available in the stock. That's what this comp underscore avail field means. Components availability. How many components are available in the stock of the shop? So 84. It corresponds to C hashes 3, and C hashes 3 corresponds to split AC. That means 84 split ACs are available in the stock. And last is this 92 for C hashes 5, and C hashes 5 corresponds to laptop. That means 92 quantities of laptops are available in the stock. And if you remember, this one is for the last table, that is for components underscore order table. This is for the comp underscore order underscore id, and this was for what? Component order id. So whatever was the order placed against a particular component, that is product, then accordingly the id r hashes 1, this was the first order placed. Okay, so this is for mainly the order id. Okay, whenever some sort of order is placed against a component that is a product, then a particular id is given here. And this is again the common field comp underscore id, that is C hashes 1. This was mainly for what product? It was mainly for washing machine product. Okay, and comp underscore odd underscore qtty means how many component ordered quantity. That means how many components, or how many quantities of components of a particular product have been ordered. So 60 were ordered for washing machines, and in the stock how many were available? Initially 80. 60 were ordered, that means 60 were taken out from the stock because they were ordered, so they went out for sale. So 20 washing machines were left in the stock. This we had done in our previous class. Now if you look at this particular table, I've written here something, that is insert into components order values r hashes to C hashes to 30. Now we are going to place the second order. Now we are going to place the second order, and this order will be placed where? Definitely into the components underscore order table only. That's where we have to place the order. Okay. So since this is our second order, that's why the order ID is r hashes 2, and this entire record will go into the second row. Already first row is occupied, so this entire record will go into the second row. Then this was for the comp underscore ord underscore id r hashes 2, that will go into the second row. Then correspondingly C hashes 2 will come under comp underscore id. Okay, and comma 30 will come under comp underscore ord underscore qtty. Now C hashes 2. C hashes 2 corresponds to what? C hashes 2, it corresponds to this particular product, which is your refrigerator, isn't it? If you go to this components table, then C hashes 2 corresponds to refrigerator. And if you go to the components underscore available table, then how many number of refrigerators are available in the stock? 90 refrigerators are available in the stock. And how many quantities of refrigerators have been ordered? 30. 30 orders of refrigerators have been placed. So that means 30 refrigerators will be dispatched out from the stock of the shop. So if 30, because of sale, so if 30 refrigerators are taken out from the stock of the shop due to this order, because they have been sold out, because they have been sold, so how many quantities of refrigerators will be available? 90 minus 30, that is 60. So 60 quantities of refrigerators should be available in the stock of the shop. So what should happen here? Now after I execute lines 17 to 18, then what will happen? This order will be placed in the components underscore order table, and here you see one row affected. Definitely it is with respect to the components underscore order table, and here again you have one row affected. This is definitely with respect to some other table. Okay, the first one will be with respect to the components underscore order table, and the second one will definitely be with respect to the components underscore available table. Because if you remember in our insert trigger class, what we did in our insert trigger class, we had created the insert trigger my underscore trig. This my underscore trigger we had created. What was the event? Insert. What on which table? Components underscore order table. And what was the action? Immediately whenever an order is placed, then and there update the components underscore available table. And update what? Update comp underscore avail, that is components availability, which is nothing but the stock value. That is how many are left in the stock. This we had seen in our previous video, that is for trigger part 1. And whenever we applied this kind of a query, insert into components underscore order table and place some sort of order, then automatically what happened? The entire row got inserted into the components underscore order table, and correspondingly the components underscore available table also got updated, where this value got subtracted from comp underscore avail. That means the stock value, isn't it? So initially 80 washing machines were left and 60 were ordered. So 80 minus 60, 20 washing machines are now left, which is under comp underscore avail components availability, which is your stock. So as soon as you give this query, insert query, then and there, what will happen? This insert trigger will automatically get triggered, and it will inherently update the components underscore available table, and update this comp underscore avail value for that particular product. So here, if you go in our original table, already 30 orders of what? 30 orders of refrigerators have been placed. So now that's why I've written here. Previously 90 refrigerators were there in the components underscore available table. Now 60 are left due to the insert trigger my underscore trig on the components underscore order table. So automatically my underscore trig trigger will get activated, and not only the records will be inserted into the components underscore order table, but automatically the components underscore available table will also get updated, where the comp underscore avail value will be updated. It will be updated how much? Now basically for refrigerators, initially how many were there in the stock? 90, and 30 are now taken out due to the order. Okay, due to the sale, 30 are now sold. So 30 orders have been placed. That means these 30 quantities of refrigerators will be now sold from the shop. So how many number of refrigerators will be placed, or how many number of refrigerators will be left in the shop under the stock? 90 minus 30, that is 60. So let us check that. Go up slightly and just select these two tables, that is select asterisk from components underscore available and select asterisk from components underscore order. Hit the execute button. You see C hash hash 2, it was for the refrigerator. And how many refrigerators are now available in the stock of the shop? 60. That's what comp underscore avail means. 60 refrigerators are now available in the shop under the stock. Okay, 60 refrigerators are now available in the stock of the shop. And successfully the second row has been also created for components underscore order table, where the order has been successfully placed. How many orders? The 30 orders of refrigerators. So 90 minus 30, 60. That's why the value here is 60. Initially the value was here 90, then thanks to the order placed into the orders table, and then the insert trigger, that is my underscore trig, got activated and updated the components underscore available table also, where comp underscore avail, that is the stock value, got updated for this product C hashes 2, that is for refrigerators, and initial value was 90 and minus the order value, that is 30, is equals to 60. So 60 refrigerators are now left in the stock. Now suppose I have written here, say 30 orders were placed by mistake. Okay, these 30 orders of refrigerators were placed by mistake. Instead, should have been double, means 60 orders. Instead of 30 orders of refrigerators, it should have been 60 orders of refrigerators should have been placed. That's what I've written here. Okay, so that means by mistake I have placed 30 orders of refrigerators, but in reality it should have been double. That is, in reality, 60 orders of refrigerators should have been placed. So no problem, we can update the orders table, that is update the components underscore order table. And what we need to update, we need to update this particular field, that is this particular field's value for this particular order against this particular product. And how many, what was the value of order here? 30. And this value should be updated to what? It should be updated to 60. So 30 quantities of refrigerators additional will be placed. 30 additional quantities of refrigerators will be placed inside this orders table. And what is our expectation? When 30 additional orders of refrigerators will be placed, that means 30 more refrigerators will be sold from the shop. That means 30 more refrigerators will be taken out from the stock of the shop. Right now, how many available? 60. When 30 more are taken out from it, that means 60 minus 30 is equals to 30. So that means at the end of the day, 30 orders of refrigerators should be placed, or 30 orders, 30 quantities of refrigerators should be left in the stock of the shop. And that will happen when? That will happen as soon as we execute lines 23 to 24. That is, as soon as we execute this update query, that's when this entire thing should happen. Okay, so my our expectation is update this components underscore order table, set comp underscore ord underscore qtty is equals to 60, where comp underscore ord underscore id is equals to r hashes 2. So what will happen? Automatically SQL will go to row number 2, because here we are giving the update query in the components underscore order table. What is the identifier here? Comp underscore ord. So this field will be targeted. What is the value? R hashes 2. So it will go to R hashes 2. So this entire row will be taken. And what we are asking, set this value comp underscore ord underscore qtdy, that is component order quantity, is equals to 60. So components underscore order table will be updated, where this comp underscore ord underscore qtty value, it will be updated from 30 to 60. So it means 30 total order. Total, we are ordering 60 quantities of refrigerators. Initially, it was 30 quantities of refrigerators. Now we are ordering for 60 quantities of refrigerators, because 30 orders were placed by mistake. We want 30 more orders of refrigerators. So that means 30 additional refrigerators will be ordered. That means 30 additional refrigerators will be sold from the shop. So how many number of refrigerators should be left in the stock? That should be 60 minus 30 is equals to 30. So this value comp underscore eval should be 30 for this product C hashes 2 once the order has been placed. Okay. So let us select lines 23 to 24 and hit the execute button. Here you see only one row is affected. That means it is for one table. But we are expecting two tables to be affected. So there should have been another value or another output displaying one row affected. Here there should have been two displays. Here there should have been two displays for one row affected. Okay, below this one row affected also should have been another one row affected. Then we would have understood that, yeah, both the tables order and available have been affected, but that's not the case here. You see, check, select asterisk from components underscore order and select asterisk from components underscore available. If you execute, you see for components underscore order table, the update query has worked sufficiently. The quantity for this C hashes 2, that is for refrigerators, right now the comp underscore ord underscore qtty value has been updated successfully from 30 to 60. That means we have updated this order, where we are mentioning or we are implying that 30 additional quantities of refrigerators have been ordered. So those 30 additional quantities of refrigerators need to be sold from the shop. So that means how many number of refrigerators should be left in the stock of the shop? That should have been 60 minus 30 is equals to 30. So this value comp underscore available, that is for components availability, this value should have been 30 for this product C hashes 2, but that is not the case here. It is still 60. Previously it was 60, then 30 more orders were placed. So that means 30 additional refrigerators will be taken out will be dispatched out from the shop. So 30 refrigerators when sold out or dispatched out from the shop, then what will happen? Stock value was 60 and additional value is 30. So 60 minus 30 is 30. So 30 should have been the value for CMP underscore level in this for this product C hashes 2. So 30 quantities of refrigerators should have been right now available in the stock of the shop. But that is not the case here. It is still showing 60. It is because as I told you that in case of update we have to use the delete and insert together. In case of update we have to use the delete and insert together. So how will that happen? Now, basically, first of all, let us take our entire records to our original form. So here, it didn't work out. This entire thing, it didn't work out here. So let us delete this second order that we had placed for the components underscore order table. So delete from components underscore order where comp underscore ord underscore id is equals to r hashes 2. So hit the execute button. So the second row of the components underscore order table is gone, and update our components underscore available table. Set comp underscore avail is equals to 90, where comp underscore id is equals to c hashes 2. So that means for refrigerator, c hashes 2 implies for refrigerator. So let us reinitialize the original value of the stock of refrigerators, and that was how much? 90. That is comp underscore avail for refrigerator was how much initially? 90. So we are reinitializing that value only. So hit the execute button and let us check once. So select asterisk from components underscore available and select asterisk from components underscore order. You see, for refrigerator, the original value was 90. That has been reinstated into this table under the CMP underscore avail field. And in our orders table also, the second row is gone. So only the first row is left. That was for the first order. Now, how we are going to form this update, trigger, how we are going to form this update trigger with the help of delete and insert, that we shall see in the next class. So if you have understood this problem, and if then please hit the like, share, and subscribe button and hit the bell icon for notifications. And any doubts you have, you can place it in the comments. I shall answer. So thank you.